just got to keep building off of it.
Is there a different vibe around this team this year, just considering what you guys were able to do last season?
Definitely, I think just the energy, the confidence is already there. Last year, I think everybody was excited. There was a lot of new faces, a lot of moving parts, and still a lot of questions to be answered. And of course, it's a new year, and we have to go prove ourselves. But just the confidence and energy that we have, based off of what we've done and the amount of work we've put in together over the past, I guess, year and a half now with some of these guys, you feel that confidence and that energy for sure.
Trevor, where were you when you found out about Evan getting his deal?
We were actually together. We were out in Arizona for a skills trip, and they were all at dinner. I kind of didn't tell the story. I kind of packed it in early that night, and then of course his deal got done like 45 minutes after I left. So they were celebrating it, and we were on the same flight back to Atlanta the next morning. So I got to talk to him, and just obviously super excited that he's back and just what he means to his team. Obviously he's a really talented guy, but his work ethic, the way he carries himself, leadership, all those things. I think that's really what makes you want a guy like that. You want to keep him for sure. So he's a huge impact for us.
So you woke up and you saw the tweet?
Yeah, so I didn't even know until the next morning, and then I saw some stuff in our group message, and obviously saw all the posts and all that. And then I saw him like 5 a.m. We were going to the airport, so we talked about it real early, and just super excited for him and his family. And he's worked really hard to earn that, and obviously he's had some challenges in his career, and got a fresh start here, and he's just taking advantage of it. It's been fun getting to know him and working with him.
I know you had a few moments.
I think it's kind of always evolving. You try to, you know who you are, you know what you're good at, and I think we learned a lot of that last year, especially with the guys that we have, including myself. What we do best and what we're really good at, but you also have to keep getting better and keep evolving, and you have to add new wrinkles. So I think it's always changing, but you know what your bread and butter is, you know what you're good at, and you find different ways to continue to do that and to maybe make it look different or have different guys doing similar things, whatever it is. You just kind of mix it up, but you also try to get better and try to introduce new things. So there's a balance of that, and that's kind of what training camp's for. It's not about, of course we want to beat our defense every rep, but really we're just installing stuff and we're trying to run these plays against every different look you can see. So we're not necessarily game planning and putting in, all right, this is the play we want specifically for this guy. We want everybody to do everything. Let's see what they can do and find who's best at what.
You had a few months to kind of fill out Calvin and get to know him, but he still has some crazy catches out there. Does he ever wow you still, or are you kind of past the wow factor? Just what you do?
No, he still is impressive. I mean, just watching him, the way he runs, there's not many guys like that, especially in and out of his breaks, and he's just really crafty. Obviously, great ball skills, and then you haven't even seen it yet because we're not in pads or we're not full contact. But I think after the catch, he's really, really good too. So, and in spring we were still kind of working him in, so we didn't get a ton of reps. So now that we're in camp, we're full go. I'm excited just to continue to build on that. He's going to fit in really well with that group, with Zay and Ag and Christian and Evan and all the other receivers. He's going to fit in great.
What's important here before the pass go on to the offense? What do you want to get accomplished?
I mean, the mindset doesn't change. We're still just trying to be clean. I think from the huddle to the snap to all the way through the play is just how consistent, how clean can we be, formationally, have everyone going in the right spot, communicating different looks. I mean, even though we don't have pads on, we're still going to get a lot of good reps against our defense. It's not full contact, but still those reps are really valuable. So we'll have a lot of days without pads. So just learning how to practice that way and how to get the most out of it. And I think as a quarterback, you're always looking for that timing with all your guys. Like we talked about all the different routes that they might run. And during the season, that might dwindle down a little bit, and you might get more specific on each guy. But you try to get a feel for all the guys and all the different routes and how they're going to run them, how you're going to throw them, what they're going to do versus different coverages. And our defense does a really good job of mixing it up. So we have to learn how to address all the issues that can show up versus different looks and coverages and matchups. So I think it's been really good for us, and it's going to continue to be good for us.
Trevor, you just mentioned between you and the wide receivers. It seems like everybody likes each other, and the vibe is great on the field as far as what we've seen today.
It's great. We have a really good relationship. Obviously, Calvin is the new guy, besides the rookies, but he's just fit in great. He's a guy that works hard, treats people well, and just goes about his business. So he's going to fit in well with our group. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've done is we have a culture of just not being selfish. You know, it's not about one guy. It's about the overall success of the team. And I think when you have that culture and guys come into it, it's easy just to go along with that. And I think that's what we've set, and that's how guys carry themselves. You know, it's easier when you don't have to deal with egos, and we don't really have any guys that have egos, and that especially makes it easier as a quarterback. You know, you just try to do your job and put yourself in position to win the game. And I think everybody knows that and is on the same page with that. And I think that's what makes us work and gel really well together.
Trevor, you just mentioned Crafty with Ridley, but how good is he and specifically Kirk at their craft? Just the little details of them.
Really good, and they're really different. I think that's what's good for us is they both can do really different things. But as far as what they do, they're both really good route runners, really smart, know how to set guys up. Obviously, Christian works primarily in the slot, and he's really good in space and working that area of the field. And Calvin, you know, he's that outside guy, and that's, I think, just one-on-one, whatever it is, he's going to be able to go win for us on a lot of different things. So having that option is going to really open our offense up, along with Zay as well. We got two guys outside that are studs. We got Christian inside and Evan as well, depending on what it is. We also got Ag. I mean, we just have so many weapons. It's going to be tough for defenses to know what to expect, because we can also do so many different things. We're not one-dimensional. Those guys can do a lot of different things. They can run every route, so it's going to help us a lot.
Trevor, look at your position, skill guys, running backs, tight ends, receivers. Would you put that group in totality up against anybody else in the NFL?
I would. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do, and through training camp, we'll keep finding out how good we are. But as far as just talent goes, and the guys that were here last year, and we have that chemistry and that connection, I feel really confident in our group up against anyone. We don't play against the other skill groups. That's the thing, so it doesn't really matter as much. But to your point, I do think we're evenly matched, if not above. So I feel really confident.
Trevor, following
How much emphasis on getting off better starts this year consistently in the game, which would also help the defense pass rush.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the big thing is throughout the whole season, even when we played well, it seemed like we always kind of started slow. So just finding a way to start the game how we finish those games towards the end of the year, just try to make it easier on us. Not every game has to be a 10, 17, 27-point comeback. Try to start that way and maybe keep a lead or at least keep it tight and then go finish the end of the game. So that's a big emphasis for us. I think it's just completely dominating the whole game, not the end of it, not putting our back against the wall every week and trying to fight back, but how can we try to control the game? How can we start fast and just be consistent? I think that's the biggest thing, and definitely an emphasis for us.
All right, we got time for two more, guys.
What was it like hearing that first new ball this morning?
It's pretty cool. Especially here. Obviously the new facility. I was telling them before. I remember hearing about the plans of this, and then they kind of started working on. I'm like, that's going to take forever. And then before you know it, we're already here. We're moved in, and got the best facility in the NFL, the best fans in the NFL. It's cool to be able to share that with the city and to have fans here. We're going to have people here pretty much every day, so we're putting it to good use. And I know everybody's excited, just like the fans were talking about. We met a few of them very pumped this year. We are too, and just there's a lot of energy, and we're just trying to channel it all the right way and really take advantage of our opportunity. And it's exciting, and this is an awesome place.
Doug said this morning that Walker will get most of the reps. The assumption is that left tackle, not going to starter, telling about camp suspension. What's kind of been the reaction of the team, and what do you see from Walker as he prepares for that opportunity?
Walker's just been the same guy ever since he got here, since we both got here. I mean, he's going to be prepared, and I think the good thing about him is obviously he's a great player, but he's also had that experience. He's had to play a rookie year. I don't know, he played 4 games or so, 3 or 4 games, played really well. And then last year he had to play the last, I guess it was 5, 6 games. I don't know exactly how many it was, but he had played a handful of games last year. So he's had that experience. He's played in big games. He's been in the position with a lot of pressure where he has to play well, and he's done it. So I have no concern, and Walker's going to do great. And obviously, Cam's a great player. We'll be excited to get him back when that is, but no concern with Walker in there.
All right, last one with D-Rock.
What'd you say?
Did you take any note of Herbert's extension last night?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, that's pretty big news, but don't really pay too much attention to it. Obviously, I saw it, and you kind of keep up with just what's going on around the league in general, not even just contracts, but just kind of what's going on.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah, thanks, guys.